Hello, welcome back to another episode, Pfunk Thinking Right, on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you for making my numbers look good. So continue to do that. I'll continue to do what I do. Today we're gonna have a lesson about rightism, 25 rules I live by. The question now is, do you know you? Where you come up with this stuff? These are questions that, in order for you to elevate yourself spiritually, to get better, to get to that journey, that nihas, that spiritual awakening, these are things you got to think about. These are things that you got to give a thought about. Okay, so I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to help you out. Let's start with this one. Do you know you? How to know thyself. Remember, they asked the Egyptians, left that as an epitaph to their people. Know thyself. It's the reason why they want you to know yourself. Let's see why. How do you know thyself? By learning the right way and living the right life we call Maya. I took Maya and put it into right thoughts. Same premise, same concept. I just call it that because if I keep saying, oh, he's going back to Egypt, he take us back, he took that old stuff. So I dress it up. Now it's called right thoughts. Same premise, same concept, and it works. You wouldn't be sitting there listening to me. I wouldn't be sitting talking to you if it wasn't working. That's the only way I can be here. It's the only way you here. So let's work on the thing together. Watch this. How you know yourself? By understanding the lessons that right thoughts teach us. I'm teaching you how to know you. I'm teaching you how to get better at who you are because inside you dwells the things that make everything else possible. God. It's important. All right. Now, by practicing daily routine of right living, I do the right thing on a day-to-day basis. Why? That's the only way it's gonna work. I can't live right today and tomorrow wild out, or live right for a week and then say, "Well, that was good." No. When I say live my yacht, let me live my yacht every day. Put it in your repertoire of how you live, and that way you be doing the right thing on a regular basis. Because if you hold yourself accountable to do right, live right, act right, where is the problem? I tell people when you use right thoughts concept, it's 100% if you use it, if you want it. Anything else ain't gonna work. It's for anything else, same thing. By practicing, by demonstrating the laws of Maya in your life on a day-to-day basis. Right thoughts, Maya, interchangeable. So when I use them, they're the same thing pretty much. It's like with the gods. The aspects of the character, some of it change, they're interchangeable by being this and being that. It's all understanding, but you got to philosophically understand it. I was told, I'm a Christian, I don't do philosophy. The old me would be real sarcastic and condescending and disrespectful. The new me gonna say, because you're Christian and because I follow the Christian beliefs to a degree, I'm gonna let you know that philosophically they're giving you a philosophy in the Bible. So don't say you're not philosophical. Don't say you like the philosophy. Some say you like the principles. The principle is philosophically understood. That's what it's all about. I try to make that point to you clear. But if you don't understand certain things, get clarity. Don't assume. Don't think or don't thought. Get clarity. No, I'm not giving you my thoughts. I'm gonna say right thought. I mean, I'm giving you something I already know. You get my thoughts because they have already been proven, already been thought out, already been planned, well understood. So I can give them to you without no problem. That's what I do. Okay, let me get back to doing what I do. By bringing true, by being true to yourself and living a righteous lifestyle. It ain't changed. If you go over in India to get to Vishnu, Shiva, you got to do what? Live a certain lifestyle. You go to the Vedas, they're gonna tell you the same thing. You got to live a certain lifestyle. You go to China, everybody say the same thing. So I studied religious concepts. I studied creation stories from every walk of religion. Why? Everybody got a story. Everybody got a concept. In order for me to judge or critique your concept, I had to learn it. I had to observe it. Check it out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I do. On my free time, I learn about other things. I know mine. I'm learning about somebody else's so I can compare it and have an understanding between the two. I chose what I chose. It's a bunch of options out there. You can choose any one you want. But every one of them will tell you the same thing at a certain point. You have to live, be, and do what? Right. So if you're thinking you can get around living, doing, being right, you don't want to win. You don't want to really get this thing called life on track. or your life where you need to be, on track. Knowing, understanding, being, that's what puts you on track. These are rules laid out centuries ago. It ain't changed. Living right, doing right has always been the way. It ain't changed. I'm telling you right now. Here we go. Next step. What will happen if I don't know myself? Detriment. Watch this. You will become a slave. Sound familiar? Of the ones who do know themselves. Get it? Here we go. You will never reach your full potential in life. Slaves can't elevate. Slaves can't articulate. Slaves can't advance. Why? Because they don't know no better. They're slaves. Mentally, when you got ignorance running rampant, you got the ego just doing what they want to do, you have a bunch of slaves that don't even know they're slaves. Slaves to themselves, most of them. Slaves to ignorance. Slaves to situations. Slaves to drugs. Slaves to anything that's going on that they don't control. You become a slave to it. Don't be a slave to yourself. It's important. Here we go. You will always be dealt with as a lesser human being. Constitution, black man, 3/5, 5/8 of a man. We ain't even, they don't consider a whole person. That should be insulting to every black person to think that somebody looked at us as less than human. Prove ourselves. When I was coming up, before I went to college, my mother said, "Baby, you're going out into the world. The white man, you got to be twice as good to compete with him at a certain level." I understood that to mean that I gotta give my best effort. I gotta do the best I could. I can't bring my hood here. So I left the hood in the hood. I went out to the world and just observed and just hemmed and hawed and watched my thing go through and made my way. I didn't come in. No, I watched. I listened. I observed. So I know how to conduct myself around them. Don't like them. Never did. Never will. But I don't want them to be fearful of me. I don't want them to have an alarm towards me. No, deal with me respectfully and we okay. That's how you deal with anybody. Respect is the key. The next one is you go through life like most of us walking dead spiritually. If you don't have insight, if you ain't got intestinal fortitude, you don't have personal pride, you got nothing. You got no spirit. You should be dead. That's The Walking Dead. Yeah, they got the movie The Walking Dead. You see them. They got no look on their face of anything. They just dead. They got nothing. They showing you Hollywood got a way of putting stuff to you, and you don't even recognize what they're doing or how they're doing it. That's another thing, another lesson. I'm not gonna talk about that right now. But my point is, when you're not knowledge of who you are, you can be led astray. You can be bamboozled. You can be hoodwinked. All those things that Malcolm talked about that we've been going through, it's been happening for centuries. We ain't woke up yet. I just had to be one of a many who try to help us out do that. We really ain't helping ourselves out by killing each other, getting hooked on doing nonsense to each other, not improving. I can complain about everything I don't like. What that ain't helping nothing. But if I can bring you some enlightenment, motivate you to do better for yourself, then I'm on board. That's why I do what I do. I don't know if I'm on a tangent again. Let me get back in get back in my lane. I appreciate you tuning in again. Now, this thing that will happen to you if you don't know yourself. You won't know or experience the grace of God and the truth yourself. If you never wake up to you, you never get your spirit awoken. Reincarnation. Back to the line. God don't want an uncleansed soul. When He give it to you, it's a loaner. He want it back the way He gave it to you, intact. Woke up, ready to do what it need to do. Go back home, not back to the sideways. Okay, here we go. I'm doing all right. Here we go. What will knowing myself do for me? Now, we just went over what not knowing myself would do. Not good. Watch this. Watch what knowing yourself would do. Knowing yourself means you know God. That means you're a spiritual being. You have woken up to one aspect of who you are, knowing you're God. Know thyself. That's the key. Thyself is God. We are, okay, the rule is man is immortal gods. Gods are mortal men. Excuse me. Men are mortal gods, meaning we live in a mortal time. But the spirit is immortal. Gods are immortal men. Meaning, once the body dies, we become immortal beings, internal in the heavens. Come on now. You got to wake up spiritually. That's what knowing ourselves would do. Knowing God, meaning you're going to be ahead of the game. Knowing yourself, means you have learned some things. Yes. Through life, you have experience. If you choose to study and go to school to get a higher education, whatever scholarly, whatever, get your doctor's degree in theology, all this psychology, all this doctor's degree, so you can profess what you learned. I learned on my own, so I'm professing it on my own. That's another thing. When you know yourself, you can make your own decision based on what you know, things that you did. All I got is wisdom, experience, and truth. Nothing else. Nothing else. So I'm on with the things I think I need to get the job I think I need to be doing done. And that's it. Knowledge of self. Help them. Don't just spit. Help them. My job is to help you get to God. Wake God up inside you. That's why I say I want to motivate you. I want to inspire you, educate you. These are things enlighten you to you. That way you become a better you. Knowing yourself means you're living right in a good life. I profess it every day. If you follow me, you know I'm up, out, doing my business. I'm in studying. Why? Because I got information I need to get so I can give it to you. I'm doing my job. I need you your job. Come and get it and then use it. That's your job. My job is to give it to you. I'm doing mine. I'm on my job every day. You know the deal. On my grind. All right. Now, the next one is knowing yourself will get you into the afterlife party. We all know heaven, hell, we call it. The ancients called it the afterlife, the dua, the amenta, okay, the netherworld, the underworld, whatever it is, it ain't our world right here, which is the pet. I mean, physical, everything here we can deal with. We use our five senses to survive in this realm. That sixth sense, that astral plane, that higher level, it comes from here consciousness. Why you don't count it, I don't know. But if you use it, extrasensory perception. No, it ain't. It's God given talent that He puts into all His beings. All you gotta do is use it. Wake it up, use it the way it's intended. That's the key. That's when you say, I say, I found it. I found it. Yeah, I got the keys. I understood what, and I've been using it, so now I know what I got. When I first got it, I'm just tampering, I'm just tweaking. There's something to this. Yeah. Once you get it mastered, bingo. That's what it's all about. Here we go. How can I get to teach myself? Let's find out. You have to seek knowledge. Find somebody who, a master, learn from them. I spent 20 years behind a few masters, a few of my mentors. I tell you all the time, I've been saying this since the 90s. Dr. Ben was the hot ticket then. Asa Hilliard, all my guys who I studied, these are my guys who did their job so that I can have something to look forward to. I'm just taking it to the next level. If they didn't put forth for me to get it, I couldn't put forth for you to get it. I'm just passing it forward. Once you get it, you got to pass it along. I got it, and I'm passing it along. Here we go. You have to see, now, first of all, next one is find a teacher of higher knowledge or get books of higher knowledge. Study them, understand them, reflect on them, get to be what you read, understand, implement what you read. So it ain't just I read in the book. I got to put it to test. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing for the last 20 some odd years, putting to the test, and it's passed every test. What didn't pass, I don't bring to you. If it didn't make it, you won't know about it. Why? Because it ain't gonna be here. I'm not gonna bring it to you. Only the good stuff. Only the stuff that I know that works. That's all. Here we go. I got to move a little faster now. You can always put your own work in. Yeah, due diligence. I read, I listen, I study. Those are three things I put all together before I bring it to you. I want to make sure I got all my bases covered, everything in order, the T's crossed and the I's dotted. That's all. That's important. You have to want it for yourself. I want to be better. I want to get this. That's why I did it. You and anybody else on the other hand, depending on how bad you want it, you're going to put forth the effort. That's all I can tell you. I can't make nobody do nothing. I can just inform you and let you take it from there. Like we raise our kids. You give them things they need and let them do what they need to do with it. A piece from the east, a piece from the west, put it where it feels good, and you can do the rest. That's my thing. You have to want it. Okay, the last one is you need a preceptor, a mystic, a sage, a shaman, whatever it is, somebody of higher knowledge spiritually, that's who you need to be talking to. Those are the guys who can give you what you need. Why? Because they did it. They're doing it. That's what who they are. Okay. Last five is knowing yourself is the right life. Here we go. This is where I dwell. This is my wheelhouse. Watch this. I live a righteous life because I know myself. I know right from wrong. I put forth the effort to do right and avoid wrong. Why? I want to be rewarded for doing right. I don't want to be punished for doing wrong, so I avoid the punishment by not doing it. It's just that simple. Next one is I live right knowing why and understanding how to do it. Study, live, reflect, understand it, and then you can implement it. If you don't understand it, you can't live it. Get understanding. Get clarity. I live bringing knowledge. I live to bring knowledge to the ignorant. That's my job. When you're ignorant, it don't mean you're dumb or stupid. Don't get insulted with that word. Just understand it is something you don't know. The way you beat ignorance, knowledge. You combat ignorance, not knowing, with knowing. That's what knowledge comes in at. That's the whole purpose. I live to strive for God's will, to help any and every individual who aspires to do the same thing. I can lead you to the water. I can make you drink. I can get you there. I can get you to the door. You got to knock and walk in on your own. That's the difference. That's what it's all about. Every individual is responsible for his or her action, be it good or bad. I've been telling that for long, so they nothing new. The last one here is I live a good life because I know myself. And you can do the same once you find out who you are. I asked the question before I started, do you know who you are? After going through all those 25 tenets, which one did you understand, which one didn't you, and which one pertains to you, and which one didn't? That's how you decide how to take parts of what you hear and use it. If I said something that pertained to you, you take that, you manipulate it, use it for its intended. If the things I said you already know, okay, you got confirmation. Yeah, I already knew that. Yeah, I thought that. Okay, that's what it's all about. If I'm giving you something that you already have, then I didn't enlighten you. When I give you something that you didn't previously have, I've enlightened you. I want to inspire you to bring it to your everyday life. I want to motivate you to activate it so you can see that it ain't what I say. It's what you do with what I said to you after hearing it, interpreting it, and manufacturing it for yourself. And you can know that, hey, my man told me some good stuff. Why? I tried it and it worked. Listen to him. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I raise my kids on good sound advice. If my daughter asks me something that I'm not familiar with, she's going to get, I don't know. You have to ask somebody else. My son, dad, sons, I don't know. That's my. So I don't never put myself in a position where I know everything about everything. I don't. But I do know myself. Do you?